The decision was taken a couple of years ago in Kenya not to reactivate the cluster mechanism, but actually to maintain a sector working group, meaning that the UN lead agencies such as UNICEF for the nutrition cluster would actually not activate the cluster, the nutrition cluster, but would support the government of Kenya, the Ministry of Health, in its leading role of the nutrition coordination and the nutrition response in Kenya.
We built onto existing government structures because the government had developed what we call the sector-wide approach, where the government is in the lead and all partners are on board.
The United Nations then supports the sector led by the government, and they provide the secretariat, they provide the agenda, and the general provide support. I think this is a much more sustainable arrangement because it means that the government is in leadership.
As OCHA then, we're trying to support the UN agencies and the government to put this mechanism in place, to make them function, but also to have this sector working group to communicate between each other. Because the nutrition sector working group cannot work in isolation. It has to work with the water sector, with the health sector, with the food sector.
ECHO has been involved in the nutrition coordination through funding at UNICEF, allowing them to have actually UNICEF personnel inside the MOH to accompany the process. Coordination is one, but definitely definition of policies has been an important step that we have seen.
Well, what's been helpful with the Nutrition Technical Forum is that we've got a one-stop shop. We know there's one place where we can go to get a proper assessment of what the needs are, what the priorities are, what the funding gaps are, but also what the policy and approaches that are agreed across the sector are. So rather than us having to go to lots of different partners and try and find a consistent approach, we can know we can go there and the key partners will be there. So it saves us a lot of time, but hopefully it also improves the effectiveness of our funding response.
Because of the coordination, we are able to cover the country better, and we are even able to track the efforts of each one of us towards a common goal.
The main challenges that we see and the way forward are actually three main points. To work on the weak resources, either financial or human resources. Then to reinforce the understanding of nutrition situation analysis. And the third one is to strengthen the coordination at district level. If we are very satisfied with the National Technical Forum and what it delivers, at district level, still there's a lot to be done.
The challenge is, when do we start to scale back and when do they start to step up? And I think that's where it's key that we're not just funding activities and supporting capacity development, but we're also looking at the political side of this and pushing for greater investment from the government side.
The government must show leadership and commitment. Above all, the government must also show commitment through budget. From the time we started having the coordination, we have seen improved budgeting from the government. So every year we are seeing more and more resources that are being committed to nutrition from the government exchequer. It may not be sufficient, and indeed it is not sufficient, but there is an upward trend in terms of increased funding. Minimal as it is on an upward trend.